over Taiwan? Number two, if it's invaded, should we go to war over it?
Well, I do think there's a chance that we go to war over Taiwan. If you listen to President Xi's speeches, they are more and more belligerent, and he's telling his country to prepare for war. If you look at what he just did to Hong Kong and abrogating an agreement with the British and with the Hong Kong government and just took it, and what was the world's response? Frankly, not much. You couple that with what he just saw in Afghanistan, where the United States backed away from a 20-year ally, and immediately Chinese television was broadcasting to Taiwan that America won't stand with you. So the question is, why does this matter to everyday Americans? Well, if they control Taiwan, if China controls Taiwan, they will also then control, I wish your map could have shown the oil and shipping and other lanes heading into Japan, heading into South Korea and the rest of East Asia, and essentially everything heading out of those countries to the rest of the world. They will essentially control about 40% of the world's GDP and about 50% of the world's trade. And that will be devastating to the United States as the global leader. That's why it's so important.
Devastating also to our allies as well. And you can imagine if the Chinese take Taiwan, what Vladimir Putin would think he could take. You point out how important it is, yet when asked at the White House briefing today, this is what Jen Psaki had to say.
Craft into Taiwanese airspace. So these strong statements from the State Department and from you don't appear to be listened to in Beijing. So what now? What next?
We are also in touch privately, conveying clear messages through diplomatic channels.
Okay, I was going to say the phone's ringing, but it doesn't seem as though the Chinese care.
Yeah, more strongly worded letters, right? Coming out of Washington.
What language or what would the Chinese understand and stop the flights into Taiwanese airspace?
Yeah, what they understand are additional arms sales to the Taiwanese government, updating their military systems, and raising the costs to the Chinese for this kind of belligerent behavior. They also understand the fact that we have 4 aircraft carriers, 2 American, 1 Japanese, and 1 British now conducting exercises. Look, the Chinese understand and respect strength. That's how they rule their autocratic country. But right now, I think they smell weakness and they see an opportunity, and they're taking advantage of those opportunities. And I think you're going to continue to see it after the Beijing Olympics in just a few months. Remember, Putin invaded Crimea just a few months after the Sochi Olympics, after the entire world, essentially turns their back to various abuses and waves their flag in Beijing's capital. I'm incredibly worried. Final point, Leland, is the Chinese Navy is outbuilding ours 5-to-1 in terms of new ships. Their average age is 11 years. Ours is 21. They now have 350. We only have 290. And they can concentrate all of theirs in one ocean. Do you know how many shipyard upgrades or new shipyards was requested in this massive infrastructure plan that we're now debating on Capitol Hill? 0 in the United States, and some of them are over 100 years old. We have 24 shipyards. They have over 1,000. And that's the scale of the Chinese buildup. And the kicker is they're doing it all with our money. So every time somebody sees made in China, all of these stimulus funds are rolling right through Amazon, Walmart, Target, and everywhere else to Chinese manufacturing. And they're turning it around and loaning it back to us in debt bonds and then building military that is on a track to dominate ours. That's what's at stake, and we need to wake up as a country.
Yeah. The spending by the Chinese is stunning. You're right to point out the gap is accelerating, especially with the Taiwanese and then with the United States as well. Congressman, great to see you. Thanks for taking time when you're on the road, sir.
Okay. Thank you, Leland.